All right, what's up, traders? Hope everybody's doing well. Today I'm going to be going over two trades taken. One resulted in a break even, or actually one break even, and the other I missed or wasn't able to participate in. So I'm going to be going over the reasons behind them, and this is live commentary. I did that for both. So coming into the session, I was bullish, wanted to see London highs as my target. That was my target. That was swept. We did reach the new week opening gap up there eventually, but my target was the London highs. We had SMTs at the lows, waiting for macro. I entered off of the 930 fair value gap being inverse to the upside. So right here, you can see I entered right there. It was exactly 945 on that retracement. That's where I entered on that fair value gap, 930 value gap being inversed. And so once we sweep the high here, you can see as soon as it swept here, I'm marking out the time. That's where I entered. Once we sweep out the high, I move to break even because if I'm right on side, I want to see price continue up from there and not come down. And if it wants to make a new low or do some funky price action, I want to be out of this, which is what happened. So I get stopped out at break even here in a little bit. And then from there, that's where a couple minutes after, that's where I look to enter my second position, but I don't get it. So here, looking nice, I'm marking out the 930 value gap on ES. I want to see that be inversed, and that's extra confirmation and confluence, and that will give me more confidence to stick in this trade. Let's see what I'm typing here. Yeah, so if I'm on side, I want to see it pump up. Yeah, the reason why I'm saying before news, there was news, is because news is probably going to give some wiki price action. And so I want to see this buy side be swept, at least this buy side be swept before news. But as we can see here, it's just consolidating, and it's not 10 minutes till news, and it's not really giving any confident signs. Here I'm marking out that we disrespected the 930 value gap on ES, so we didn't really close above it. That's a bad sign for the trade. And here I'm like, yeah, I'm probably going to be stopped out. So rejecting 930 value gap on ES. Yeah, there you go. So marking that out, and that was the first position. So as you can see here, if I'm on side, TP, price should hit TP before news at 10 a.m. And then the rejection 930 for value gap on ES was not a good sign, as you can see there. Right. So that was the first trade. Let's go on to the second. All right, second trade here. Here, what I'm marking out is that fair value gap, right? I wanted to see that inverse because what happened was we come down, I get stopped out at break even. We come down, tap into this inefficiency, right? This is still all before news. And we come back up and we inverse the 930 again. I'm like, okay, if we inverse this tiny CB or sell side imbalance, buy side inefficiency before news, then I will look to enter again. So I want to see price inverse it, and then I'll enter right then and there, put my stop loss below this low. But unfortunately, price failed to do so on this candle. So it felt short of inversing it, and had it inversed it, I would have entered this position. But because it didn't, I didn't enter the position, right? And here we can see price is rejecting back lower. I'm not entering this position here. I have this sell side marked out on ES where it just tapped it, it didn't sweep it. So that is some sort of SMT. People consider that an SMT. I'm writing out or drawing this possibility where ES might sweep and then NQ won't, and then we can continue higher. But what happens is this candle closed way too high up that it's way too much in a premium for me to enter. So I don't enter or don't get an entry on it, and price moves without me and hits my take profit, hits my first take profit before news, and my final take profit with news. So that first buy side liquidity, I believe, was swept before news. We'll see here. So you can see how much of a premium it is. So I'm really not interested in entering here. It's just too high for me, too much of a premium. In a bit, I think there's a fair value gap that'll be formed that I'm willing to enter off of, and you'll see me move my kind of order here, but still didn't get tapped into that. I think. Let me. All right, so yeah, this fair value gap right here got formed. I said, okay, if we can tap into that, I will look to enter. So I'm pressing or holding my cursor on the buy button. If we tap into this, we didn't, and we just push up and hit my targets. And at this point, it's a no trade, too much premium, and I'm just not interested. You see, I'm just playing around at this point. I'm not really interested in taking any of this position. It's just too much of a premium. So at this point, I'm just kind of letting it ride without me. And price did hit take profit. Let me see. When did it hit? Yeah, see, too much premium for me to enter here. So that's a breakaway gap that I'm marking out right there, because it's kind of the first inefficiency after this consolidation. And I'm marking out that small inefficiency, but still, it's just too much of a premium for me to enter. So I would want to see it push lower, but it never really did. So too much of a premium for me to enter here, never did. And you can see there, yeah, 10 a.m. news come out, sweep that buy side, and then eventually London highs was swept. And once we swept the first buy side liquidity, I said, all right, if we can come back down and tap into this inefficiency, I might enter a small position here, because my ultimate target is London highs, but we tapped London highs before we even came back down to this fair value gap. So yeah, full TP targets were hit, and it was a no trade, one break even and one missed out. So yeah, that's gonna be it. I hope you guys found this insightful. If you want more pre and post session analysis just like this, feel free to join my free Discord. Link for that is in the description. I post NQ analysis, pre-session analysis every single day for free in my Discord. So if you want to join that, feel free to do so. Also, I do have my one-on-one private mentorship in terms of the coaching wise. So if you want to see if you qualify for that, link for the Calendly is in the description. Book your call with me and we will discuss it out. And in terms of the video mentorship, I have it for free here on YouTube in a playlist. So if you want to tune in and watch that, feel free to do so. All right, that's going to be it. Hope you guys found this insightful. And until next time, stay safe and happy trading.